biscuits and tea.
34.
Oh, 34.
Period.
99.
Boom!
Yeah! Speaking tea, bitches!
King! Welcome.
Who do we have here?
Well, that's what everybody's wondering. Who are you? Yeah. What are you doing here? Why are you the king? We have a guest. Welcome, guest.
Yeah, that's a common question of people. Well, my answer is why not? But can you introduce me on how you got into me, and then I'll open up my box of knowledge.
Yeah,
that's a good thing. So, Titas, while we are while I'm explaining how I ran across King here, throw up the links that we gave to you beforehand. Share that screen so we can also make sure. So I was scouring the internet. We've had all sorts of ideas for guests and stuff like that. So I was
God, the first picture with the booty. Oh my God.
First picture with the booty. No. So what happened? I was all over. I don't know what specific post. I don't know if it was an ad. I don't know what, but one of your songs popped up, or maybe it was your podcast, something on your podcast. And I clicked on it, and then I went and did a little research, a little digging. I saw you on Danish TV 2.
Yeah.
Det var TV 2.
Yeah.
Det var DR. Yeah. So anyway, so I saw her on Danish television talking about how she's from, my mom is from like Chile or something like that. My dad's from Colombia, but I was born here.
Pretty much good.
Or Cuba. Okay. Whatever. Yeah, there you go. So I saw that. And then I went to the podcast and I was like, oh, she has a podcast. I was like, okay, she's probably like pretty laid back. And in your podcast, you were like, guys that take selfies.
Oh God. Yeah.
Nah.
That's one.
Fuck them. Like, fuck these guys that take selfies.
I said they're bitches, right?
Yeah. Yeah, so I was like, all right, immediately I'm just like, I got to write this chick. She's got to come on. So that was it. That was basically
with you guys, because you guys are guys. So let me just have your thoughts on that.
On guys that take selfies?
Yeah.
Tyler should be the first one to tell us exactly how we feel.
I don't know if I've ever taken a selfie.
Exactly.
And if I have, there's no chance it ever got posted to anywhere.
That's how it should be.
So
do selfies because you're a soccer player and maybe you have to?
No, that's not true at all. The only reason, now this is me personally, I would not be or have, we have a lot of Instagram, we have a lot of YouTube pages, we have TikTok, we have Snapchat, we're everywhere. I wouldn't have any of this if we weren't building this business into the way we're doing. Absolutely not. I'm very happy to live my life and do that. That's pretty much, how I'd be going there. You can see. Oh, by the way,
you're pretty professional. It all that's a selfie right there, but it's the true selfie, right? So there's a purpose more than look at my new fade or some shit like that.
Look at my new
I think
fade.
it's all big. I think that all the YouTube stuff and all the Instagram, he says that, but I really do think Will's all about the selfies. He's all about taking the picture of himself and sharing it out there. Has nothing to do with the business. I think Will's an egotistical guy. That's
all about the landscape pictures.
I like this buzz. Let's go.
Yeah. No. So obviously, we wouldn't have.
What do you think about a woman sharing?
This is interesting. I was talking to my girlfriend about it yesterday, about just like all the posts of the provocative posts that drive the likes and drive the engagement. And I was looking at, because we do a page called Goal Army Girls,
right?
And I was just looking and saying, okay, so we have girls doing freestyle tricks and all kinds of soccer and football stuff. Mm-hmm. And then there was a girl wearing a sports bra and just doing it. I'm like, she's like 14 years old. I'm wondering, do you think at 14-year-old she's making a concerted effort to wear a sports bra while she's doing it? Do you think she's noticed that yet? That when she wears a sports bra and juggles, she gets more likes than when she doesn't? But, I don't know. But it's a little bit of a weird culture. Yeah.
We got a girl here on the podcast. Let's ask her.
Yes. I have an opinion on this, or I just have a thought. And I said it in my last pod, and it was just like, are we still taking nudes? Are we still? Wait a second. Wait a second. Are we still showing butts? That's what I want to know. Like, when does that become old? Like, I don't understand your hooking. Like, like, what
Right.
do you want to promote? I cannot respect your butt if you don't have a talent, even though you want to promote a product. Are we still doing that? I feel it's 2016 kind of shit. I mean, that was all cool, and let's free the body and the nipple and all of that. But what the fuck? Are we still in this pandemic with Black Lives Matters? And what the fuck is going on? This Black Panther Tadic died, and my friend died. Everybody's dying. Every shit is a crazy revolution, and you're still posting a picture of your fucking butt
for no reason. At least if you're gonna post your butt and your nips, at least for a cause, right? That's what we're deciding, right?
But didn't that chick get in trouble for that? Do you guys remember that? Wasn't there a chick that was trying to promote either Black Lives Matters, or one of these things, and like she like either took her shirt off, or what did she do? She did something, and she took a picture, and then people got pissed at her. What was that? You know what I'm talking about?
Are you talking about the one where they would pose in front of buildings, acting like they were fixing them?
Oh no, I remember that. I know about that, but no.
I don't recall this, but yeah.
No, not that.
No.
Or are you saying though, just like the Instagram models who would just step in front of the protesting, like in the groups, they would take a picture just with all the protesters behind them, and then
no, they did not do that. That's not real. Someone did that. They got in front of the.
She looks like she's about to go to like a 6-star restaurant.
T-Toss, see if you can find this. Please see if you can find that. Do you know any of the name? Do you know what he can?
I would just do like fluent. Oh my gosh, how am I blanking on what they're called?
Okay, it's all right. But the point is there, I think.
Yeah. No, that's I don't know. But see, this is part of the thing that we live in a time right now is not being able to flash your ass or your chest. And this goes for guys as well, because there's another guy. I got a friend of a friend is a model. He's got a very big following here. You might even know him because he was on what's that show that's famous over here? Paradise Hotel? What's that called?
Yeah.
Is it Paradise Island? Paradise Hotel.
What's his name?
What's the premise?
Is it Boris Larson?
No. Eric Holmberg, I think is his name.
I don't watch that show, but I'm sure he's famous.
Do you know the premise of the show? Can you explain the show? I don't know if B knows.
So he's yes. Paradise Hotel is a reality show here in Denmark, Sweden, and Norway, where a bunch of like party people, like just. Do you know those people in your class, like in your class, that were kind of like just there for the party in college, just like not there to be serious? Those people are the one who attend to this kind of shit, right?
Okay.
So these are the people who's all about the party, who's all about let's body tequila on everybody's nipple or one shit, and that's all fire. I mean, but not every day, So. So also these kind of people, not to be judgmental, but they're kind of dumb. Not to be judgmental, but they're dumb.
Yeah, you're stating facts, right? That's not what you're trying to say. You're not being judgmental. You're just stating what is an obvious fact.
What they're saying. Like, it's obvious that the IQ level here, they don't have the education. They don't have anything. They just want to be famous. They just want to have a lot of following. And they just want to fuck. And they just want to be looked at and have a tan and a free vacation and be on TV. Like, that sort of kind of like
that's the goals.
Hollywood suffer for the 5 minutes of fame kind of girl and boy. So that's the concept. And the concept is that they just are in this Paradise Hotel and there's a lot of drama going on and they're divided into pairs. So it's a man and woman, and then they do like aliens, or like they go to group with each other. It's about winning some money. I don't know the specifics, but it's some shit like that.
Sounds great.
So it's like Jersey Shore and Survivor mixed together.
Yes. Like kind of like competition. There's a competition going on. So yeah, I don't know how to explain because I'm not into the show, but kind of like that. It's a waste of time.
Sounds like you love the show. I don't know.
Yeah, I know, but I haven't watched it that much. There's lots of other reality shows here in Scandinavia, and I watch American reality show. I watch too much American shit that I don't have time for this bullshit.
Like what? What's your favorite?
I'm very into Judd Apatow. But that's not reality. Okay, so the one Love Is Blind. That was a.
Don't know it.
I love that show.
What is it? What is it? What is it? Explain.
You explain. I don't want to explain. Let me just eat this.
Love is
properly.
Blind. Love is Blind is basically this show where you are paired up. It's a experiment. It's a social experiment where they take two people who haven't been able to find love, and they're like, whatever, however age, normally they're between 25 to 35, and they arrange a marriage. And it's, these professionals, I think one of the main doctors is called Dr. Pepper. She is one of the lead ones, and she basically pairs these people after they do these extensive interviews, and they
kind of like
are
the
married.
Married at First Sight, right? The Married, like kind of. There's a show called Married.
Oh, it's not Married at First Sight. Did I mix it up?
No. You're right.
Okay, but what we're looking at, these people look fine. I thought these are people you said that couldn't find love. What the pictures I'm seeing right now,
Because
these
they're
people look
mentally
like
crazy, guys.
Oh,
Oh.
Love is Blind. Okay, no, I did mix it up. So Love is Blind. Isn't this the show where they're like there's a wall and they have to talk to each other?
So they don't have to judge on looks.
That's right. Okay. Married at First Sight. What I explained. It's another reality show
That's
that I
good, too.
watch.
I fuck with that show too.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, you just get these.
Okay.
You just watch these shows. You start watching them with your girlfriend, and then I get really invested, and then it's like my favorite show
Right.
now.
Yeah. I don't know where we were going.
Could we maybe turtle back a bit, and because I'm very interested in how you came about, like how you found me, and why was it appealing to your show or for you? Since you're
Okay, well, before we do that, we're going to have a classic commercial break in which we say thank you to our motherfucking sponsors, Rode, because this is Rode. We love you, Rode, and we thank you for being the gods of audio and for sending us all of this amazing stuff. Also, King, listen to this. Okay, this is big news, and we kind of want you to be here for this, to celebrate this. Biscuits and Tea, obviously, a well-esteemed podcast, possibly one of the world's greatest, if not the world's greatest podcast, has just picked up a tea sponsor. We now are being sponsored by Sport Tea. Okay? That's a big deal. Yeah, as a matter of fact, let's go ahead.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Sport Tea.
CNNs?
Well, it's probably bigger than CNN. I mean, so here, let me just give you the pitch. Let me give you the pitch. Let me give you the pitch. Let me just give you the quick pitch. All right. So this is all right. Do you work out ever?
Yeah, dude, I'm a professional dancer. Shit.
All right. So you're a professional dancer. Now, when you are done professional dancing, do you sometimes drink tea? Every once in a while, do you drink tea?
I drink tea in the morning. Only because I can put sugar in it.
Okay, but let me just stop you. Let me just stop you right there.
Right.
What if I had for you a tea that didn't need sugar, that could give you a kick, was an endurance tea, right? And you could drink it throughout the day as an iced tea, cold tea, or a hot tea. Okay? Would you be interested in that?
I love
Boom.
iced tea.
That's Sport Tea. Okay? That's what we got sponsoring the podcast right now.
Oh,
You're welcome.
Yes.
We'll
there
get you
any
some.
sugar in it?
There's no sugar. You can add as much sugar in it as you want. Yeah, I saw you chugging a Coke. I don't think I've ever seen a woman drink a Coke as fast as you did before the podcast got started. You've got a big giant Coke. Whip it out. Whip out your Coke. Go ahead. Put it on screen.
I
I
love
knew
Coke.
I would be judged by this, and I was actually let me not show it. But then I was just like, you know what? We live in a time where everything.
Exactly. Enjoy your Coke. B likes Coke. You know, you drink a Coke every once in a while.
I tried to quit last week. I made it 3 days, and then I went to the store and drank 4 sodas in one night. I made a new rule: 3 sodas a week.
When I'm in the
Yeah.
States, I do Sprite because Coke is
There you go.
is not good when it's not cold, but Sprite is good no matter what. So over here we got something that's called Faxacundi, which is the best drink in the whole wild world. It reminds me of Mountain Dew.
Tyler, I look at Tyler. I can't wait. Tyler, give it to her.
That is not true. That is
Have
not
you
true.
tasted it?
Yep.
I don't need
Yes,
to.
you have. You have. It's there. It's in the fridge. It's in the fridge.
Oh, is this my drink? Oh, never mind. You're right. You're 100%. I was going to say you're wrong with this drink, and I was going to say the exact drink you're talking about.
No.
Best soda in the world, and it's a Danish soda.
Yeah. Tyler, you've tried it.
I thought it was Hundenberg.
No. I love his pronunciation. Yeah, he's trying to say Hildeblomst.
Hyldeblomst.
Yeah. Kender du det?
Ja, Hyldeblomst.
Selvfølgelig. Yeah, he loves.
That's my favorite soda.
Oh, so adorable. That says everything about your heart. Bless you.
It is good though. Come on, it is
What does it taste like?
delicious.
It's
Like
heaven.
it's like,
Yes, it's a flower.
yep.
but how can you drink it in the States?
It's when we were filming in Denmark. That's the only time I get it is when we go film
I
in
don't
Denmark.
get it. Where are you at right now?
Okay, so
you're in
let's make it. He's
You're
in Croatia.
And you're in Kansas.
Yes, but we work with a company. Shout out to J Mike, who we're getting ready to throw under the bus. Not seriously, but jokingly. In upcoming YouTube video, we work with Unisport.
Yeah.
They're a big so we do videos with them, and so we fly into Copenhagen to do stuff with them. So when we're there,
God, when are you flying in? Let's hang out.
hey, there's a little thing called pandemic, Corona,
Not because
COVID
of
going on.
Swedish? No. You can come here every time.
I can, but yeah, Tyler, but Brandon probably can't because he's
I
out
could
in the
figure out how to
US.
get there. I could figure it out.
You just have to come to Croatia for like 2 weeks, Brandon, and then you'll be able to go
And
wherever you
same with
want in
Denmark.
Europe.
If you have something where you have to work, you can come in, you get COVID,
Oh,
and then you
That's
wait
very true.
2 days, and then you're free to go.
oh wow, okay. Well, yeah. So yeah, when we go there in Copenhagen, this Unisport has a huge fridge full of just drinks and stuff like that, and so we just raid and try things, and that's where we tried Hildeblomst.
I love
yeah,
raiding.
you loved it.
Yes.
Yeah.
I want to rate stuff with you guys. I'm already feeling this podcast. I'm super comfortable. I feel like I know you.
Yeah. You should. Well, go ahead.
When
B.
we go to Denmark, what would you on my first night in Denmark? What would we do with you? What are we gonna do? What's the night
I
look
want to
like?
hold that in thought, and then I want to go back again to what was appealing about my podcast. I don't.
Okay, sorry. Yeah, we did this. We did the. Yeah, no. So I went through a few clips. So I haven't heard a full podcast, but I've heard almost all the clips you have on Instagram. So I was rolling around. You had either. I don't know if this guy was on the podcast or if he's just behind the scenes. Who was it that was responding one time when you were
With the pet peeve?
behind? I don't know which. Oh, was it the pet peeve one? I've seen this one.
Yeah. So if you go further down in my is my first episode
feed.
is a comic called Ludwig. Further down. I'll call you. I have the finger on the pulse. No. It's not that one. Further down, and then we get Is the one with Christiania. Is the 3 not that one?
What is that pig up to, though?
This one. He's answering these ones.
Okay. Yeah.
I don't know what I'm talking about right there, but
Yeah.
if
No,
you
I went through.
love your life. And then
That one. Yeah, but Love in Your Life. I know that one.
where I talk about kind of like every time I go to the States, people think I'm from Denver and not Denmark.
What?
I can see that.
That's hilarious. Yeah, well, your English is really good, so they're just gonna assume you're maybe like from you're from a strange state or something, you know.
No.
But
I'm from Denmark, and people don't know where it is. Actually,
Exactly.
that's a situation with Chris at the Coffee Bean, and with his 2 friends, and they're super.
Chris who? Do you want to say Chris who?
Adelia.
Or okay.
So we were talking. That was one of the last time I saw him, and then the pandemic happened, so I'm now back. But then his friends were like, "Gabby, are you a dancer?" And I was just like, how the fuck could you see that? And then they were ripping off my clothes because I look like a dancer. And then I was just like, yeah, but I'm from Denmark, so I look flyer than the LA dancer, right? And they were like, oh, you from Denver? And then I was like, nah, bro, I'm from Denmark.
Yeah, but they don't know that you were in LA when this happened.
A year ago.
Okay, but this is in Los Angeles, right?
Yeah,
This is what you.
LA on
Okay.
Sunset, yeah.
What so then do you get up to craziness? Where was this at? Was this at like a club or like what do you do when you're in LA? Like
I write music for Sync and I write music for me. I'm a musician, I'm a componist. So my second album is coming September 10th. I actually want to plug this later on. But
yeah, no worries.
Anyways, my second album is coming out September 10th on my friend's birthday, who died this year. He was a genius genius producer, and we were working on my next album, and he died in the middle of it.
Wow.
He died of amnesia, and he was a Rasta, a Bob Marley fan, so he didn't believe in medicine or doctors. So he was actually in Uganda, in Kampala, when he was feeling really sick and didn't go to a doctor, and then he died. And 7 days before that, he actually sent me a final mix and master on my song Mafia. And you could imagine the pain I was going through when I got this news that my friend has passed away, and not only my friend, but the most genius producer I've met throughout my life. So the album that's coming out, it's called Rest in Peace, Marcus Bormann, and R.I.P. MB. And I can you guys will see it on my Instagram.
Yeah.
I'm trying to keep it low, but when the projects drop, yeah, I want to invite you guys if you want to come. I mean, the
Word
people who are in Europe come through. I mean, I think it's worth it. And then we can maybe now jump to what would I show you if you were in Denmark. But what was the point of this music? What do I do in LA? So I write music, and I write music for Sync, which means I actually have a huge placement of a song that I wrote called Born Alone, Die Alone. It got picked up in an American movie with Charlie Theron called The Old Guard. And the song I wrote is the main title of the movie, and it's the intro. And that movie is the top 10 most streamed movie in Netflix history. So you could imagine, with 80 million people, households streamed within the first month. So you can imagine the happiness and relief I've got when I got this placement. So I write music for as my artistic self, but I also write music for companies who have a brief and say, we want Latin stuff. Can you make Latin stuff? And say, mom, kind of like pick shit, you know? And then they use me for that, but there's a lot of coin in it, and I'm trying to back up, you know? I'm trying to get the dough.
So when you say that you write music, which also, by the way, this is a badass stuff. This is the stuff you wouldn't find out unless we have you here entirely. But like, what does that mean? Be more specific for people who are not in the industry. When you say you write music, does that mean that you eventually execute all the music? Like, are you singing? Are you just writing them and then they?
Exactly.
What's that mean?
I can do both. I sing. I write the music I'm singing.
All right, hold on a sec. I don't know what.
I don't know. That was for me. I don't know what that was.
The Croatia?
Wow.
Sorry, I'm in a place built in Yugoslavia, so there's just weird things settled.
It's true though. Like almost every podcast, look at that. We got an esteemed guest talking about how they're writing songs for Netflix, friggin' 80 million streams, and then just a bunch of shit comes through.
It doesn't matter what I do. It doesn't matter if I'm number one. I am still a human as you guys are, and I will always never look down on any people. I will never less.
Don't save him. Don't.
They happen to me too.
Call it what it is. We should.
Hey, I got a burek on the stove too. So who's really winning here?
No one knows what burek. Oh, B knows what it is, but she doesn't. All right. So anyway, we established this. Hold on. You want to mute yourself? You want to handle that, Tyler?
Me, yeah.
All right.
Luca.
Jesus Christ. Sounds like a. Do we mute
Fucking
him
nightclub,
for like
a Yugoslavian nightclub.
Fuck is going on? Like,
Yeah.
Anyway,
Welcome
so-
to Biscuits and Tea.
I'm an artist. It's very hard to say, to describe what who I am. My name is Gabriella. Gabby, they call me. My partners, not my partners, I mean my business partners and stuff like that. But why do I think if you understand Kanye West, you will understand me.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So
So
sorry,
I'm
just trying to handle that.
What
Not you. No, sorry, not you, Tyler, in his
Oh, okay,
muting.
I
Not
thought
you and your Kanye West comment.
that.
No.
Fuck.
Although I did, yeah. So, yeah, no. All right. That gives us a good enough background that we can actually understand. Tyler, you're on mute, just in case you know. So you need to unmute yourself if you do need to talk on Zencaster, obviously. But badass. It's just because, yeah, I hear forks and I hear.
And it's fucking annoying.
Okay. All right. That's fine.
Is it gone now?
Eh,
I think it's gone.
more or
said
less.
fuck.
You're good. Yeah, no. It's good.
I'm sorry.
What was I going to ask you?
If you understand Kanye West, I think you understand King. King is a phenomenon. King is me.
Okay.
I am a very talented person. I'm a choreographer. I'm a very well-known. I won Best Choreography person 2012 example. I've been doing very high state stuff in the dancing industry, and I created a whole new style in Denmark, which everybody is doing now. So I'm a leader.
What's it called?
Everything. So I'm a choreographer, but then I set that part to the side and I said, now I want to sing. And I just did it. And now I mastered it. But I sucked for 5 years at least. 5 years. I was bullshit. Like I was just like, oh.
Yeah.
And you have
That's
to
pretty
acknowledge
freaking-
that it takes hard work and you have to be willing to suck for a lot of years.
Yeah.
And
That's
get-
what
When you're
everything, though,
recording, when you're recording with singing, like you can be a good singer, but then when you have to go into the studio and then be with the sound engineer and all the people around, you have to actually sing. And it's just like when you have the headphones on, like, cause my friend, he does music production and like sometimes we just mess around and I get on the mic to do some stuff. And like, I can't do it. I can't do it. Like, it's just too different when you're in the recording mode, like through the ears. It's just like, I don't know, maybe it's just me, but it was just so different, like in the recording studio outside of just like actually just having people sing and things like that. That's what
Okay,
everyone
so
kind
I
of said.
can actually maybe guide you. You usually every sound engineer they put autotune on when you go on the mic. You should tell them to take the autotune off because that could actually make you like feel weird. Like if and this will resonate more. I don't do tune when I record, so that's a little tip for you. I feel like I'm talking like a fucking maniac. Like I'm. Anyways,
It's good. That's why we got you here.
if you understand Kanye West, then you understand me. I'm an empire. I want to work with Steve Madden. I want to do clothes. I invested $1,000 in the Gap after he said he was going to do collections with them, the Gap. So, dude, I am everything.
So then, what's Endgame? Can we ask you what Endgame looks like? Like, where are you going to be? So when we get you back on the Biscuits and Tea, obviously Biscuits and Tea is going to be a show that's clearly going to be on CNN, Fox, or any of these, you know. So
we're
when
gonna
we
be in
get
the
you back
studio,
on,
right? We're gonna be in the studio.
absolutely,
LA?
that's fun.
LA.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In LA, DC, Kansas City, we'll have 3 headquarters probably in the US, probably one in Miami, you know, just to keep the weather, you know, keep that solid.
You know I'm
Maybe
Cuban,
even San
right?
Diego. Exactly. So there we go. So we'll maybe get you. Yeah, we'll get you over there. You're Cuban. What are we going to be expecting 10 years from now? Like where?
That's a very American way to think, and I am
Very good.
I respect that, but of course I have a 10-year like plan, but that's a very like if you expect something, then you'll be disappointed. And if you are still in the past being sad about something, then you're gonna be depressed. So I'm very practice the present kind of gal, and it sounds fucking it
Say
sounds.
that again. What is it? You're a practice depressant?
I'm trying to practice the presence or the present.
Oh, the presence.
Oh,
Okay, so you're staying present, staying in the moment. I got you.
So you're just she's on my let it ride train.
Yeah.
You just let it ride. Whatever happens, just
I'm going with my gut and I'm just doing what I feel like doing. If it's podcast, I do podcast. It's more of a vlog put in a format of podcast. So it's a vlog of what's going on in my life. And then I just talk shit about what the fuck I think, you know? So kind of like Kanye West. Like,
Okay.
if you understand, again, Kanye West, I think you will understand me. He started as a
Have you met him? Have you met Kanye?
No, but I met Nas, but that's not the same thing. I met all the people, but I
No.
have not met him.
are you talking about Kanye West as like a whole or like a certain Kanye West
That's a whole, not the present.
as a whole?
Not the present. Like, I don't have bipolar, but he is just very inspiring. Like everything he does, he's so creative with the Yeezy, with the music. He got great taste. I feel he's very, very, very talented, and I respect that more than I respect maybe Britney Spears, even though she's a hero of mine and doing perfumes and stuff like that. It doesn't feel personal. I can feel Kanye West all the way from the States over here. And that's what art's about. It's about feeling. It's about resonating. And if you can come across with just a shoe or a piece of music and people, the audience can feel it, you are doing something right. And that's what I'm clapping for. That's what I'm saying thank you for. The arts, like, I think is fucking amazing.
So that leads me to make me, so we, all three of us here, have the same mentality as well within that. And so
really
what we've created, so what you don't know that we didn't tell you about because you're not into football is obviously we have a couple of football YouTube channels that are pretty big. And what we do so within those, what we do is we add these crazy skits that are they tend to be very, very complex and very intricate. And like every time we get a chance to do them, we work with these companies, right? And you know how corporations are because you must have done stuff for them, and they have all these rules, right? The bigger the company, the bigger the rules they have, the bigger the lawyers and the legal team and all that stuff that they have, you know. And so I won't name names just to be nice because we're always still really good with all these. All these people. Yeah, name every single one of them. Yeah, no, so we're still good, but like. We have to always get across that the point is that if we cannot do what we feel, if we can't do our artistic nature, our creative, and it might look a little crazy. I can remember especially, but the greatest thing ever is, and this even internally, like our team, we did one. It's called the Epic Performance Bar. This company that they have sports bars and stuff like that. This ad is really out there. Like we're acting like idiots. It's improv. It's all craziness. And the expectation was they're probably going to want us to tone it down a little. But when we sent it to them, they were like, you guys are fucking hilarious. This is great. And they sent us a whole bunch, which we still have a whole bunch of Epic bars. we've got a whole bunch. Like they sent us cases of their stuff, you know, so it's good. Like it's rewarded.
So I think you guys should go with what you feel, because if we all have like, this is our path or your path. And if people will like give you an elbow and trying to like paint you this way or that way, can you go left? Can you go right? Can you go up? Can you go down? Like a fucking puppet, right? So if you listen to people, then you become a part of this commercial world. If you don't listen to people and listen to your artistic ways of thinking, and you hold that as confident as possible, then you will do good no matter what. But it is so hard to do, but it's a mantra kind of mine. Be your artistic self all the fucking time. And it doesn't matter what corporation or whatnot, but they have to buy into what you guys are providing. So you guys stand for funny sketches, being free, speak freely, soccer, everything, you know, rating, whatever, you know. And if you compromise on art, then it's not art. Then it's a product that you are getting paid for, and you're pleasing the client. So
I don't know if B, you want to say something.
No, yeah.
Go
I mean,
ahead.
I think that baby boomers. I don't want to throw them underneath the bus, but I think that a lot of the people who are in these leadership positions and making the decisions, they came from a stance where we don't want to offend people. We got to be very careful, protect the brand, and things like that. Whereas I think that some of the younger brands, like like someone like Gymshark, who recently they kind of came out and they said fuck racism, and they used profanity in their marketing and did all this work like that. I mean, that's kind of the the future, I think, of what brands are going to need to do. Whereas there's still the large majority of brands are stuck behind the times with that kind of thought process. So
Totally. I want to throw up something. So we got, and I can't pull it up on my phone, but Titas will. So we got a shout out. We haven't done this, but this is really interesting because so one of the people who is a fan of the podcast sent me something, which I unfortunately now, because Instagram is stupid and they don't let you have desktop access to your DMs. What the fuck is the point of having a desktop if you can't look? Is it not stupid? Like you want to sit and you want to type, but I have to like hunch back like Golem, type on your fucking phone to every DM when you could just type out. It would just take you 2 seconds. So I can't read exactly what he said, but I already sent you, Titas, the thing. Pull up the Corona case. So what happened, and this is in DC, Tyler. So this happened to this guy in DC. He's from Maryland, I think, and maybe I'll miss it. Okay, so the headline here, this is on Vice. People are pretending to be coronavirus cops and pulling drivers over. Okay, so I want to. So they're coronavirus cops, and I didn't read the entire article because this guy sent in his personal experience of what happened to him in DC. So he's on the highway, right? He's driving on the highway. It's night. He mentioned, yes, he's got a nice car. He's got a BMW. His BMW, his car is not tinted. Okay, so you can see that he's alone. So what's happening is that people are pulling people over to stop and check people, but they're robbing them. They're either taking their car, stealing money, doing all sorts of shit. So this guy was being followed by this, I can't remember what type of car it was, and he was like mad dash driving through on the highway, like switching like, we have, the huge roads in the U.S., like 5 lanes. He's like swerving, and this car is following him the entire time until he got to, he said he also drove under the speed limit because he wanted to make sure that he was actually being followed. And so he started doing all these crazy things, and they were following him at nighttime because he was sure they were going to try and lure him into an area where they could then, mess with him. So he eventually stopped on the shoulder, put on his hazard lights, like those little, the things, to blink, and then they just left him. They let him go, So Tyler,
that used to be a big problem in DC. I haven't heard of it happening too much recently, but people would buy like fake police lights and stuff, and then
so Crisis gives fake cops an opening to exploit. So yeah, people are in DC at least, and maybe in the rest of the world, are in the US, they're pulling people over acting as cops, and then they're robbing them, either taking their cars or robbing them for other shit, because people are just pulling over in isolated areas, et cetera, et cetera. So, and this happened to this guy. And so Tyler was just explaining that it was happening. Go ahead, Tyler.
I was just saying that used to be like a big problem in DC, where I know like when I was first starting to drive, they're like, yeah, if you're driving through the city and someone's pulling you over and you can't see it's clearly a marked cop, because our cops will drive, like it's easy to tell like where DC cop is. They don't have too many undercover ones unless they're the Secret Service. But they're like, yeah, like you got to pull over into a gas station, just somewhere with light, like just somewhere, because a ton of people were getting robbed through just guys buying like fake police lights.
I mean, what a play though. Like you go to jail forever though, right? If you get caught. How?
Oh, impersonating a cop. And
you're done,
yeah,
right?
you're screwed. That's how a lot of them get caught too, is they get caught by pulling over an off-duty cop.
No
is
way.
how a lot of them would end up getting screwed.
It's such an American thing. It doesn't happen over here.
Yeah, well, you're in. I've tried to explain this to everyone. Scandinavia for an American. How would you describe it then? You describe Scandinavia to all these American listeners who have no idea what it's like over there. You can't. Look at you. You can't. You're struggling.
I'm not.
You want us to do it?
I'm just finding a sentence or a word. Well, it's very safe. For That's the first thing. You can walk
Yes.
through the night as a girl. As a woman. You can walk through the night every night at 3 a.m. and nothing will happen to you. Not because it can happen though, but the chances are very low. For instance, in LA, if I just go and meet someone by the dance school and we just go to the corner to get some brunch or some shit. I mean, even though it's dark and I'm trying to walk home and not take a Uber, I see a lot of sick people and homeless people. We don't have any homeless people kind of over here. We don't have any mentally ill people on the streets here. Um, it's just not a shit show.
So I'm a little concerned by. I lived in Denmark, right? I lived in Randers, but I've been in Copenhagen plenty and spent a lot of time there. In Randers, there were no homeless people and there were no mentally ill people on the street. You're right. Mm-hmm. However, me and the other American guy on the team came up with a theory that you guys were rounding them up and disposing of it. We couldn't figure it out because mental illness definitely is a world issue, and homeless, it's okay. You guys have done a very good job over here, but we knew that there was also some programs where they would actually house and find places for homeless people, or they could get help literally if they just asked for it. But we were like kind of jokingly. Go ahead, Tyler. What?
I think a big thing, I was guessing a big thing too is if you're homeless in Scandinavia, especially like Rovaniemi, you're just going to freeze to death. Like you're not going to make it past the winter. So the whole countries they're kind of forced to deal with that right away. Where in the U.S. they kind of just, you can make it down to Florida, you can make it to California.
You're okay
and then,
for the winter.
Yeah, you'll be.
Well,
you'll
we
be
don't
fine
have
over there.
any sketchy people walking around.
I don't know. I didn't see any in Denmark. In Finland, the amount of just drunks that were like people. I've never seen so many people passed out on the street at just like three in the afternoon. It was crazy. Like just we'd get back from a game at like 5 o'clock, and there'd be guys so drunk they couldn't move. Like they were just stuck at the crosswalk with that backwards lean, and they were literally stuck in like a 3-foot radius where they couldn't move back, they couldn't move forward, and they were just
Is that threatening to a woman or a guy?
No,
in
America,
in America, maybe, but maybe not over there.
There are different rules apply.
Story, if I in LA, because I like walking as a fucking European, people think I'm nuts. Walking around LA, but I don't do it at night. But I do it. I don't take the car to everything. Like if there's a 1 mile walk, I'll walk. I don't give a shit.
Sure. That's European, though. It's very European.
Very European, yes. Or bike.
Yeah.
So in NoHo, North Hollywood, when I'm walking from the dance school, I don't want to take an Uber for 0.8 miles. So I walk, even though it's
Obviously.
10 p.m. It's a bit sketchy.
Uh-oh.
Yes, I know.
And
she's back.
And
Okay.
she's back. You're back. You were gone for a second.
Oh shoot! Where did you?
You said you didn't want to take an Uber.
Right. So I'm walking from the dance school to my home, and it's 1.08 mile, and I don't want to take an Uber for that, so I don't care. I walk, and it's 10 p.m. So it's a bit sketchy. It's a bit risky biscuits. So I meet a lot of homeless and a lot of like crazy people on my way. So I have a tactic. And the tactic is when I walk, like when I see a crazy person that could maybe rob me for my phone or whatever, if he's in need of money, like I don't know,
Yeah.
And if he walks towards me, I don't go to the other street because that's impossible in the States. But so I just act like a maniac too. So what I do is just like I talk to myself and I walk like really like crazy. And when I pass them, then I walk regular again.
That's actually
Just smash the
you think
crazy.
that okay, I just want to give this out. This is pertinent to the fact of what's going on in the world right now. My first club, I played in Chicago. So I played for Chicago Fire. When I was there, I didn't really know the city very well, and the club is downtown. At the time, we were playing in the same place like the Chicago Bears.
Right.
And at night, I was walking around. I was lost. Not really lost. I knew the hotel that I needed to get back to was somewhere in the area.
Right.
So here I am, and I was 19. I was hardly looking like some sort of dangerous person, but like I can remember still where this part of the city was. It was pretty late, like 11, something like this. I walked towards a girl who was walking the other direction, but I must have made like how creepy, creeps, like, so you're a girl, you've had creepy guys talk to you before. You know how their movements are all janky, like they don't have any flow, they're like move like this. So I must have been, I'm not uncoordinated, but like I must have turned really quickly. And so I turned really quickly towards her and I was like, excuse me, can you? And she was like, ah! And she like ran away from me. She ran away from me. And it took me like 5 minutes to figure out that like I had scared her because I was like a weird black guy that, was approaching her at like 11 at night. But the reason I say that is because what that did for me was also give me a tactic when I'm approaching any area. Because so if I'm walking in an area and it's a shady area, for instance, whatever it is, all I need to do as a man and if you want to play into people's stereotypes, all I have to do is put my hood up, be black, stick my hands in my pockets, and walk kind of strange. That's it. And I immediately become not the person who's scared, but the person you're afraid to go near because you can't see my hands.
That's it. Tactic. Yeah.
Right? That's it. And that's true. And you could do that. Also, any guys. It doesn't really have to be black to do it. I'm just playing on the role. Any guy could do this. Too. Totally.
Yeah, I can get raped. So.
Yeah, exactly. So you have a different
apparently.
Thing, but yeah, no, I don't know. Have you already had any? I had just a couple on the other podcast. I had a rapper and a pop singer on, and the music business is kind of crazy. So with all the Me Too stuff and you being in LA, and Brandon sent me across what's happening. I don't know what's going on with Chris D'Elia. I don't know if you want to talk about that, or I don't know if we should mention that. You don't want to stay away from that.
Not only
I don't know.
Oh, you don't?
I don't know much either. Yeah, I mean, I just
see the headline. I don't understand what happened because
I haven't seen the headline.
Okay.
I have no idea.
Anything.
So, what he sent, Netflix dropped Chris D'Elia. They dropped his show after sexual misconduct.
What?
A series of accusation.
And who?
Titos, pull it up.
I don't even actually know who Chris D'Elia is.
You don't know Chris D'Elia. He's a comedian. He's pretty funny. He's got from what I see, he's got a pretty good heart. Like the dude seems chill. He seems cool.
Is he in like any
He's
movies
in
or
second
something?
season
Just,
of
like, know
You,
people
which is
from, like,
awesome,
movies.
and
Yeah,
he did
great show.
some
You is you about the
Yeah.
Victoria was so I hate that show, honestly. That show it's just like they're not like real people in it. It just pisses like their decision making was just
bad taste. It's definitely not Kanye West behind the scene. If Kanye was here and was creative producing that show, that would be much better. Anyways,
Kanye.
Yeah, it could be cool. So he's the main guy now.
Yeah, he's in the second season. I just know him from the coffee shop, but I also know him from the comedy store on Sunset. Yeah. But apparently people are saying that he is alluring people, girls in and using his power. And apparently these girls were 17 or some shit. So I'm not here defending him or anything, but I'm just saying a 17-year-old girl know what the fuck she's doing if she's going up to a hotel room.
Yeah.
Does she though? This is the whole
I
thing
know
that we have
that.
going on.
We know. I'm a woman, and I know. We want to
I
fuck,
mean,
okay?
okay, so you think, but isn't this the thing? Because we got all this. America has all these weird statutory rape rules across each state. It's different, and like
Exactly.
16 in this case, 18 over here, and like it's all over the place, right? So like,
Exactly.
so that's. But the big discussion is, at what age does a woman? Because it's not necessarily that she doesn't want to fuck. It's also, is she of capable mind? Is this guy being a predator? Like, is a 45-year-old dude trying to get a 16-year-old? Do we want that? That's the real discussion, as far as I understand.
Let me just say this. I mean, in Europe, this happens all the time, and I remember one of the Beatles guys got married to a 16-year-old and had to get the permission from the parents. This has been going on forever. He did not.
I don't know this. You can't just skip over these stories. Yeah,
Well,
tell us more about
I
this.
don't know more of this story. I'm just
Google it.
Yeah, I'm not doing that right now. I'm just saying that it's very common to fuck a 16-year-old. I'm just saying. But he
Really?
didn't fuck a 16-year-old. No, he didn't do shit. He's just luring and trying to fuck. And, that's every guy because y'all trying to bust, And that's all good. But I'm not judging by this. I know is wrong with the power stuff and whatnot. But, I mean, I'm not saying that
they know
the girls are not speaking the truth, and I'm not saying that he's not using his power. I'm just saying he did not fuck any minors, so it doesn't even matter.
Okay, so we still haven't found. I mean, that's why it's so good that you're like here, because you can give this actual perspective. Because like, what do we know about what a girl feels like in that situation?
Yes.
But like, we still haven't figured out what the dude did. We've been talking about Christopher. What you said, kind of. Can we pull up? I don't know. His teeth also asleep.
Apparently, he lured some girls in 5 or 6 years ago. What do Wendy Williams say? Allegedly, he on Twitter, a bunch of girls said, "Oh yeah, when he was in my town, he tried to get me up and say, let's have a party, come to my hotel room." And then she showed up with a friend, and like just stories on stories, kind of like the same situation. And then he trying to fuck, and then they don't want to fuck, and then they leave, and they feel like this is he has a pedatory. That's what they say, pedatory.
Right.
Alpha. That's act like he. I don't know. He's just, like, if the girl.
He's a predator in this.
Well, I don't know. He's a predator. Like, he's trying to fuck, and everybody loves to fuck a fan. I mean, if you're that famous, of course you're gonna take the girl who, like. I mean, they want to talk to him, so they corresponded on text or Snapchat. So, I mean, this is a responsibility that you have to learn from home from your mom. This is from the girl. When you start having sex, and you start having sex from 15, you start having sex. Okay, this famous guy came to my town. It doesn't matter who. This thing had. We also had this with James Franco, I believe. This has happened many times with Jeffrey Epstein and also Harvey Weinstein, or what the fuck his name is, and all of that. So he didn't even fuck anyone. So what's the fuck? What the fuck is problem? People are very sensitive these days, and it's okay. I get it, but give the guy a break. I mean.
Yeah. Okay. Well, yeah, I mean, yes.
Something that
tell us, Tyler.
Blows my mind in these is just like, when's the last time like you've talked to a 16-year-old girl or something? Like just like I remember when I was a senior in college, even like the freshman girls, like at that point, like they couldn't even spend more than like 15 minutes in a conversation with one of them. It's just such a difference. Like mentally, just state where it's just.
So what are you saying though? So what are you saying though, that they do have the capacity to understand what they're doing, or that they don't?
No, not in the slightest. Like I'm saying that it's just like I couldn't be in the.
Yeah.
Even now, like 21-year-old, like I just. Yeah. I just get bored out of my mind in a second. Just talking to them, like they want to talk about the sorority.
He want to talk. He want to put a dick in. Come on.
Yeah. Well, but here's the first off. Let's just say Tyler gets bored if he's doing the thing that is most exciting to him. Like if a shiny red ball goes across and Tyler's playing the game, he's still going to look at the shiny red ball as it goes across. Then he'll come back to the game.
I look at the clouds a fair amount in games.
Yeah, I don't know.
It depends on what the target is. If his goal is to fuck, then the goal is to fuck it. Then I could listen to garbage all night and just act like I'm into it, and then fuck the dude.
Right. That's okay. Well, that's from a girl's standpoint. You guys do you know like the difference? What's the difference then? Because in Scandinavia, who's more relaxed? Like who's more laid back as far as sexual norms? Us or we have the whole Christian Catholic thing going on but that if you minus that as a general rule, like college parties are crazy, LA, Miami, like we've got these New York, you've got these Las Vegas, you got these crazy places, right? Does Denmark have that? Does Scandinavia have what's Las Vegas to Scandinavia? Where's Sin City?
That. I'm the only aggressive girl in town. Dude, I'm so aggressive. I DM everyone if they want to fuck. Not everyone.
So you're that open.
I want to. The ones I want to.
I get you.
I'm very out of I sometimes that's why I also became king. They call me king of the club because if I want to fuss somebody, then I just went over to this dude, haven't had a conversation, and I took him by his balls and I say, "Do you want to hit out?"
And that works. This guy does do you never? Okay, but guys are stupid. We're stupid, so that's also part of our thing. But you've never run into a guy that's been felt emasculated because he didn't approach you, or it's something like that. That
no.
Does that work in America? Does that work in I don't know Japan?
Everything works in America almost. Yeah, just go back to that question that you had about who's more laid back of the sexes. Everybody is kind of like this. Nobody is, but the men are trying, just DM likes is a very slow approach to the target for the girl. It's a very long span of time before you actually hit target. In America or in LA, as I know, or New York, is very direct. Do you want to go out? Can I invite you out? Where here we want to kind of just know, can we even talk, or in the States is very I find you attractive, do you find me attractive, do you want to go on a date, is very superficial in a way. Over here we kind of maybe just do
the dance. You do the dance before
the whole back and forth, and then somebody is saying something at some point. But I'm very unusual on the dating part, so but I can speak on those lives.
Do you use the dating apps at all?
Yeah, I was on Raya, and I actually fucked a football player, soccer player.
All right, well, let's go. We're gonna get into that, obviously, but wait, what's Raya? Raya? What is this?
Somebody who knows want to talk about it?
Me?
I've never heard of it. No, because we do Hinge and Bumble and Tinder here are the big ones.
Hinge? Here. What the fuck is Hinge? How many dating apps do we need as a society before can we not funnel everybody?
Instagram, that's enough.
Okay, well, yeah, but we've already established though that you can go directly and you just trying to boom, what's up? You cool? So you got have that style, but you just Hinge. What is Hinge? Also, I don't know if I like the name Hinge.
What does
it sounds a little.
I don't know.
It's got a few meanings.
It's more I feel it's you get more of the personality of the person, and there's more background and things like that on Hinge. I never really used it that much. I was more on Tinder and Bumble, but
okay.
I'm a strong Bumble supporter.
Okay, so Tinder and Raya is kind of the same thing, but Tinder is for everybody and Raya is for people who has a certain amount of following on Instagram.
Oh, okay.
So, or you have a doctor's degree, or you have something very special, high profile. That's what they call it.
Okay.
Bullshit.
So it sounds like
I got accepted because I moved. Yeah, I know. I used it one time and it was good. It was actually good, but everybody who's on there as a man loves to take selfies, and that is therefore the reason that I am out.
But so wait, so it connects influencers with basically fans that are saying, I want to have sex with you for
no,
sure.
not fans. It's influencers to influencers.
It's influencer to
Football,
influencer.
soccer
Networking and
player
sex.
with me. Neymar with
So
me.
Sure. Okay, so what happened with you in the football, or what happened? Was that a good connection, or?
Yeah, we just met up and fucked on January 1st.
Wow.
Okay, so New Year's. There you go. Danish.
No, well, it was crazy. It was sober, and because he's a soccer player, he doesn't drink, and he was hungover. So I was just like, I don't care. So we just watched a movie, and then we just got to it.
Okay. Well, I don't. So wait a second. So he's a soccer player who's sober, but then he was hungover. How are we doing this?
Sober that day, so he would not drink.
Oh, okay.
At first.
So, but he was
Danish. He is in Holland. His name is Emil Berggren.
Is he gonna appreciate being shouted out to the greatest? Too late now.
Who cares? He plays for a team. Well, you can just Google it. You guys know this club if you guys are in Europe. I don't know the club. Mainz, or I don't know. I'm not sure.
Oh, that's German though. That's a German club.
No. It's not that one. Just Google him and then you'll see which group he's in, because people switch.
I think it's the MJIL.
So it's EMIL and then space and then it's BERGREEN. I think Berggren.
But it was funny because when I was in Denmark on a trial, after every training session, they'd bring in like 2 crates of just beer, and all the players would just drink 2 or 3 beers in the sauna. Like when you said he didn't drink playing in Scandinavia, I was like, I'm pretty sure 90% of the footballers in Scandinavia drink.
Oh, well, okay. I've noticed that most of them drink, but here's another thing that they definitely do that you can definitely talk about. This, I think it's called snooze. It's called snooze.
Yeah.
This thing, oh my God, American people, they don't know. Like what do we have? We have chewing tobacco.
We have chewing tobacco.
I have to find out.
If you go south, it shows
I have to
up.
find a charger. Just keep on talking.
All right. Yeah. No worries. All right. So,
wait.
All right.
I'll be back.
OG B&T podcast. two people out, and it's all right. So we got our boy Emil. Shout out to Emil.
Shout out to Emil for
you're doing well.
A good job,
you're keeping good company.
You have great taste. Yeah,
King is a good friend of B&T, so we approve of whatever it is that she approves of. So we are fans.
King, what kind of attributes can we show out for Emil?
Well, she's grabbing the charger right now.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. That's hilarious.
Yeah. I know.
I mean, that's awesome.
Funny.
I feel like we're very personal, and they had sex, and that's a great thing. Very positive.
Yeah.
What is going on here?
Well, it's always on Tyler's end. The most of random sounds that are just coming from it. Like, and then they both come back at the same time. All right, perfect. All right. Yeah, it's great. Yeah.
Well, I don't know. Fuck. Wait. Okay, we good.
No.
Yes.
Yeah. No, we're good. Yeah, we're good. We only have a few minutes here left in the wonderful B&T. We pulled up. She's gone again. Oh, she's there. All right, so we pulled up. Oh, snooze. Sorry, somebody get that. Yeah, we pulled up pictures of Emil and we gave him his signs of approval. Told him thanks because we obviously are huge fans of King, and if King approves, then we approve. So, Congratulations, Emil. There he is again. There he is. What do you mean?
Good. I don't think he's good.
Don't throw him under the bus.
Well, can you guys be judged by the team he's in if he's good or not?
Oh, I didn't see the team.
No, I'll go by the $40,000 transfer market. It'll say he's pretty good.
All right. I don't know. He seems like a young ace player for the national team. What team is that?
So you guys would say that he is better than you are?
He's Croatian. He's half Croatian.
Oh, yeah. That's the big dig energy.
I can't see the team. What? Oh, FC20. Okay, so he played for FC20, and now he's free.
I don't give a shit.
All right. Well, yeah. Well, we know you don't because that's not why you were there. That's not why you were doing it. But
exactly, but
we,
it's interesting because you guys are soccer players, so I get it.
exactly.
And he was the only
Shout
one
out to Emil.
Raya, and then I deleted it.
Okay.
Nice.
So snooze. I just wanted to get that in there. So in the U.S., we put the chewing tobacco. I've never tried this stuff, but I remember one of my friends tried it, and he like was vomiting for ages. So you put it.
Oh.
But help me out here. Chewing tobacco goes in the bottom, right?
Yeah.
Or
It has
up,
glass.
it doesn't matter what.
Jeeker.
It depends. No, chewing tobacco is if it's in the pouches, they'll put it. I think
Okay.
people put it up, and if it's like just the raw
They can
tobacco,
do
then they put it
whatever,
on the bottom.
wherever they want.
Yeah.
Okay. I've never tried either. So, but I know over here I was amazed at the whole snooze thing. All the footballers take the boom. This training is over. They just like pass it around, and they're just like. And I remember going, "What the fuck is that? Like some sort of supplement? Like, am I missing out? Do I need some of this?"
when we were in Finland, it's not allowed to be bought in Finland, and you can only bring in a certain amount of containers into you. So like the players, like a couple times, like they pay me to go ride with them to Sweden, to go buy their snooze, to come back so that they can get extra containers.
What is it?
What
is it?
It's just nuts.
It's cigarettes.
It's tobacco.
In
It's just tobacco.
non-cigarettes form. It's kind of like a nicotine patch.
Okay.
Except it gives you
Yeah.
cancer in the mouth.
Do you get like a little high from it?
Yeah, it's kind of like the
okay.
people who smoke cigarettes. We all smoke cigarettes here in Europe. Like that's not a very U.S. thing, but we all do that. So I think maybe 8 out of 10 people smoke cigarettes here.
That can't be true.
Yeah, that is
Can't.
true.
It's high. It's high.
7 out of 10 if I have to go down.
No fucking.
I smoked
way.
cigarettes when I was in Paris. I just felt like I was a loser if I didn't smoke cigarettes. Everyone else was smoking.
Isn't that true? That is 7
I'll
out
take
of
one.
10.
Yeah,
Here,
no, I
but
would
do-
agree with that. Yeah, no, everybody that I was with, everyone was smoking. It was the most insane thing I've ever seen in my life.
It's normal.
Because like
I think it's also too. You could definitely hit the 7 out of 10 even if you're not regular smokers. Because like we have guys on my team where after a match they'll smoke after a match, and I don't think they smoke too much
it's not
outside
even
of that.
just
But it's
cigarette.
just,
Like I remember going to coffee shops and girls would be sitting there with like cigarette rollers and like roll their own tobacco, and then I was like, wow, it's like it's the whole cultural thing. Like it's not even.
You guys are not into cigarettes, and it's kind of like it feels like when I smoke in the States, people like looking at me and stuff. I'm like, what?
Yeah.
We're on the health kick.
we're
I'm just
we're
like,
all about
everybody's
weed.
fat over here. What the fuck is this?
Exactly.
Yeah.
They're smoking weed and
Exactly.
then
I
going
love
to
Shake
In-N-Out
Shack,
Burger.
though. That's my
the
thing.
issue.
You love
Shake
what?
Shack.
Oh, Shake Shack.
Shake
I can't. A year without Shake Shack, and I'm actually losing my mind.
So you like you like American food. You love
I
all our
love
nonsense. There you go.
burgers.
There you go.
Oh, fuck.
I do have an issue with Europe that I would love to see some policy changes here.
Okay.
What
let's
is
hear it.
what I only drink water at the moment now, but like, why do we not have free refills in Europe? Why? Why? No. The first time I went to Denmark, I was at the hotel. It was my first time. I got like some juice or something like this. They come out with a cup that's this big, and before the meal, and they go, "Here you go, sir." And like they're all preppy, and like Danish culture that's very proper, and everybody looks like Superman or supermodels, and they pour. B, I swear to God, they'll take it and they pour it in this little glass. They'll pour like just enough, just right there, and they'll go, "Enjoy, enjoy, sir." What?
But that's the same thing with they give you shots of water, even if you just want water.
Yeah.
They give you shots of water, and you have to go refill it 30 times, or you get a whole tray with 20 shots of water, so you can have enough for your meal.
Before the meal had even got there. I probably finished that little shot in maybe a minute. And then I said, "Can I have some more juice, please?" And he comes back out with a little, "Here you go, sir." And he like pours out this little, and then you get the bill at the end. And each one, it's already Scandinavia, so everything costs $150 for like.
It's
So
$10
no,
per juice or some shit, right?
for sure. You know where it was? It was at Scandic. You know Scandic too. Exactly.
At the Hook'n'Gone?
Nej, det var i Hannes.
Iranas. Okay. Well,
Yeah.
I believe that the service industry in food, in restaurants in America are very generous. And I
Overly
think that is
nice.
popular a part of the problem, people being overweight in America, because there's no limit. Everything is double size, and the further east you go, the less you eat, the less you drink. So it's kind of like quantity versus quality, and in the states is quantity
Mhm.
also
Yeah.
quality. I mean, like, it's quantity. You can get so much you want. You're gonna, so they get you hooked. They get
Yeah.
the supplier hooked. We're here.
Yeah.
We're very um, we're very health orientated. We are very, if you want apple juice, you can get this 2 milliliters, and that's it. That's what we got. Like, if you want a big juice, then you have to say, I want a half a liter of juice.
Right.
You guys also have some crazy taxes
What?
on fast food. Yeah, you
But I
notice
don't-
that when you're over in
I don't
Scandinavia,
go to
you go to
McDonald's,
McDonald's,
though.
you get like a
I went
quart. You get
last night.
you don't go to McDonald's. I always forget. See, like you'll go to McDonald's. It'll be like
Yeah.
$15 for a meal because they'll tax the countries actually
Oh,
You don't have
tax the
tax.
food. Like if
It's
you get
it's not like
You
in the
guys-
States where you buy something and then there's tax on top of.
no,
They
I'm
give them a
saying
free
like
tax. Yeah.
it's not a sales tax.
Yeah.
It's like the government's already before you paid for it. The government's already put like a fast food tax on it, which then makes it more expensive to buy. And yeah, I'm saying that's like a big deterrent when I was there. Like you don't in the U.S. you go to
It's cheap.
McDonald's
Yeah.
because you can spend $5 and you can be full. You
Well,
can't
yeah,
do that.
I
in-
guess there's just a lot of
Scandinavia.
differences, and I just I'm happy for you guys to, as very few American people, to experience other cultures, because it's very few people who get to travel because of their work or their passion. So all of this, as when I go back and forth with LA and New York and Sweden and Stockholm too, it's all about learning, and it's all about not comparing, but just learning and just making fun of it. Because why judging it and being negative? I feel like it's
Yeah,
fun to make fun of it, or not to make fun of it like in front of them, but just like, oh, this is funny. What is it with the snooze? What is it with this? Like, I
Right.
love debating about other cultures and stuff, and I think it's amazing.
No, one of our favorite things to make fun of in Finland was with your guys' little crosswalks with the red light. If the light's red and tells you not to cross, and there's not a car 30 kilometers that way, there's not a car 30 kilometers that way, and it's 3 in the morning, they will just stand there at that light until it says they
we
can
do it in
cross that
Denmark
10
and
feet.
Finland and Norway, but we don't do that in Sweden. Sweden, walk. And I was just like,
Sweden are-
walking here, and I was just like, what are you guys doing? We are very in the law. Now they just
Yeah.
put in this mask policy where you have to wear a mask, and there's a lot of protesters about that, but that's just become obligated to wear a mask in public transportation. I don't know where Sweden and Finland is on this.
No. Sweden doesn't. I've already established we don't have Corona here in Sweden.
We
This
don't
has
have it
been
either.
a thing.
60 people.
All Vikings are immune to it. No, I'm just kidding. But yeah, no, like there's nothing going on here. They haven't put in.
Kansas, so like the universities just opened up here, just to give you a contrast of where we're at with coronavirus.
That's good.
Missouri University opened up, and they already had 150 people on the first day. They have
That's
coronavirus. So
Oh my God, 150. That's like more than some of these small European countries are getting.
We only have 60 people every day tested positive.
Oh my God, look at that.
That's what we were doing well
Yeah,
until we
you
sold
had
out for
plus
tourism.
here in the U.S. I'm pretty sure cases.
So what
Yeah.
can I just say this about Americans right now, because of the pandemic? People are doing this, and they're doing this in Denmark too. Let's explore the country then.
Really? They're traveling?
A lot, like, explore the country. Let's go through every state. Everybody in
No
America,
way.
we're like just like going to every state to see how everything is. I feel like everybody's going on a like,
Is this happening?
yeah,
Is this happening?
in the U.S.
Yeah, I've heard of some of my friends or something.
Yeah,
they
some
just
shit like
went
that.
on a road trip or something. It's because they're not working. I mean,
Stupid
like
people need
let's.
stimulation all the time. That's what's going on.
That's a pretty good quote.
Let's
Stupid
go
people
drive
need
through
stimulation
Iowa.
all the time. But without any aim at all, just wandering. They just need to just go any direction all the time. Yeah, that's a little.
I don't know.
That's
It's
a little
just
crazy.
like, oh, we need something to do. We need something to do. And people over here are so obsessed with Fridays or Saturdays and Sundays, and they only live 20% of their life. I'm just not about it. I don't care what day it is. I say every day is the same day. We have to go into every day is the same day. The sun is coming up. I'm very, very free on this one. I know it's a bit girly maybe, or a bit free or stupid maybe, but I'm just not dividing my time, because time is endless, as I say. Time is forever, and we can't divide time, because that's kind of like religion. Now this year, you know what fucks me up? You know what really gets the blood up in my fucking... I'm going to tell you.
Okay.
Today I woke
Good.
up and Black Panther dude, Chadnick, What's
I
his
can't
name?
say you. We can pull up his name.
The Black
'cause I did
Panther
just hear that.
guy
Yeah.
died. Chadnick.
Yep.
Yeah.
And
I
everybody,
know.
this year sucks. Everybody's
I
like
know.
coming to conclusion on this year sucks. And I'm like, that's the stupidest statement I've ever heard in life. Just because somebody died is not because of the year. Hey, oh my God. I'm so sorry for Chris who died. Rest in peace, obviously. But I lost
Chadwick
a friend.
Boseman.
He was 44. He lived life. He did a lot of stuff. He lived half his life. We have to thank him for the art that Chadwick, the art that he's been with. Don't make it a sad thing. Let's celebrate. Let's say thank you, and if you have a battle with cancer for 4 years, it's not life worthy to be in pain. And I know he has a family, but that can affect the family too. People see death as such a thing, and I just see he's getting rest, and bless him and all of that, but it's not about 2020. I love Black Lives Matters. I love the pandemic. I think fucking this year rocks. I that finally something shakes up in this bitch. Like everything was just being so dull, and now some stuff is happening, and I'm about it.
You know what that's about though, because I actually saw the exact. I don't know where you were seeing these comments, but like this was on. So they put. There's this guy in soccer. He celebrates by putting on the Black Panther thing. His name's Aubameyang. He's a fan of ours.
Hey, Aubameyang.
Shout out to Aubameyang. No, but like he puts a Black Panther thing. And so the biggest soccer Instagram profile page put a picture of him in the thing. And the comments are all, 2020 fucking sucks, bro. 2020, when is this year going to get? And I know I get it, because we all have this desire to attach ourselves to the year and claim. Now, that being said, this year has been really, really crazy.
Obviously.
Did Kobe die this year too?
No, last year.
A little over a year. They just did like the reunion stuff.
Fall last year. It was kind of like.
Was that last year? Okay, it's blending in.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's blending in.
Okay.
And I mean, I know 2020 sucks, and that's just, again, the stupidest people need stimulations. The stupidest people believe in God. I'm sorry, guys.
Oh, we expected you to be completely atheist, because all of Scandinavia.
You got to be careful.
I'm not saying that.
Definitely not us.
We need purpose.
Not religious.
The human brain needs structure and purpose to live this life, apparently. We need a year with 365 days. We need weekends and weekdays. We need holidays, and we need all of this stuff. And I'm just saying that is nuts.
Yeah,
you're very free.
Our Kansas listeners are their blood is boiling right now. They're just getting so mad.
What do I have to do without my 7-day work week?
And then you're doing the wrong thing with your life. I'm sorry to say.
What's that? Obviously you're talking to entrepreneurs over here, so you're amongst company here, as we don't really want to follow any of that at all, and we don't,
What you're frustrated with are the people that I deal with on a daily basis here in the United States.
I do too, because I work with elder people to get more money. I'm all about the money.
Yeah. You gotta
Exactly.
It's but you know what's really interesting, because you have a very, I don't know how much you like understand or are interested by like Eastern philosophy and stuff like that, but your entire idea of presence and all that stuff is very yin. This idea, this ability to be able to be in the present moment, what it will do for you in your life, stuff like that. At the same time, what I think is that there has to be a balance between the two, obviously. That way you can have some good understanding, but some people cannot, like I can imagine you have met people that just cannot stand you and your ability to just be free. Like that's no problem. Like you probably worry less than the average person. You have an ability to deal with these issues, stuff like that, because it's just like, it'll work out.
Too, it's hard not to take things personally. You know, if you're free and you're an artist or you're special or you're a new initiative with your live podcasting, all of those stuff that you guys are doing, it takes courage. And not everybody owns that, has that. And I mean, I'm actually getting bullied at my workplace, and I'm talking about this very freely on my podcast. And I'm just going to foul fighting. It's very, very, very crazy bullying. Like they're after me. They want to break my neck, like kind of shit. Yeah.
Why?
Like how is hard to say to a bunch of guys because it's a girl institute. So they're just like, they're hiring kind of like spions to look where I walk, and if I walk to certain people, I can't do that. Like, they're not hiring. I'm just saying they're telling other colleagues to keep an eye on me, and if I do anything like this and that and this and that, then they have to come back and tell my boss. And I'm just like, it's very. I feel like a Jew in the 40s, and it's very.
They're trying to. Yeah, they're well. I mean. I don't know how that got started or what that means necessarily. Is that something that you're just going to stay in? Are you going to stay in that? What do you do?
So I go.
You're staying in your ground.
I have lawyers. So they're doing not sexual. They're doing harassment, personal harassment, and that is illegal. And also she's breaking a bunch of rules. So she already got a letter from my lawyer, and after 10 days after that, she hired spions to get on me, so I could actually fall in, and she could break my neck and fire me. But she can't do that because people say it to me before.
So you have your own spies, is what you're saying?
Well, I ask before I do stuff. Yeah, I don't have my own spies.
Double agents.
People just trust in me more than they trust in her.
I see.
You have more friends than she does.
Well, they worked together 15 years. It's all about energy.
Yeah.
So exactly. Once again, that's the same. Saying what you just said that'll piss off the wrong brain that doesn't mesh with you. It's all about energy, man. I can see someone who's just like, what do you mean? It's all about it's literally the opposite of energy. They'll say it's all about this structure.
Right.
Form.
Or science. I have two things.
Science. There you go.
Guys, and pick a battle with you, not a battle, a pickle or a thing. Pick a ting.
All right.
I don't know what the fuck you guy says, but anyway, so I'm trying to practice this, not to take it personally, even though it is personally. So this is an attack of my person because I do this and that, and I sing and I dance, and I'm very good at it, and I'm very good with the elder people. I'm very good at the Jewish school where I work. I'm very successful with people in general. So either you hate me or you love me. So I'm trying to practice this. I'm saying that if you take anything personally, you are not free.
In what sense?
Anything.
So you're saying I'm just going to attach this to something that I can try and give structure here. So I'm providing structure for your freeness. Okay. This is the role we are playing here today. Is this in the same way that you would take from the Eastern philosophy, once again, a feeling of detachment from emotion, from this, or from even like say the body, or from this life, or from whatever, just to kind of flow through it without saying no ego attachment to who King is. And I'm just producing. I'm a thing that produces art and does this stuff and does all this.
Not
or
because
what?
I'm not getting hurt. Like, for instance, if you are getting cheated on from your girlfriend, or she's flirting, and you take that personally, it has to be with me, or something wrong with me, or if you take that personally, you're not free.
So you're saying it's because the person say cheated or smacked you or whatever the thing is. It's about them, not you. Is that what you're trying to say about it? Okay, yeah, that everybody lives in their own reality to a certain extent, and you shouldn't necessarily be so.
If you take it in, then it's over your power. It's just like this person is saying that about this. Like if I go and I hold a grudge and I use a lot of energy just to like get through it, and I'm sad, and of course we take things personally. I'm just trying to practice not taking anything personally, because at the end of the day, it's not my problem or my energy to waste.
So
exactly.
So how do you find the balance between, because I think a lot of people try to live that lifestyle, but they end up just like not caring about people or caring about things. So how do you find like the balance between living freely, but then not coming off like, oh, well, I don't need to give that my attention because it doesn't matter. You know what I'm saying?
I give things my attention if my intuition says I have to. If I go with feelings, it's kind of like when you meet a girl, guys. I know I'm just trying to put it up in a situation for guys to understand, not guys, but people to understand.
Yeah.
And it's kind of like when you meet someone, either you go with this person to the party or either you don't. So it's kind of like just saying, yes, I will do this, or yes, I will go and have a party today, or yes, I will go and visit my mom. But if your mom, for instance, says, oh, you gain weight, you know how moms are.
Yeah.
Well,
Moms
I mean,
can be
clearly
like, oh, you gain weight, or what's going on? Like, I don't see you seeing, like, they're commenting on everything. Moms are a very good example of this. Or and I said to my mom, please do not comment on my weight anymore, because I know you're my mom and you think you're entitled to it, but it actually gives me more stress than it provides me. This is your need. So I'm not trying to take it personally. I'm not trying to take it in.
Yeah.
So it's just, it's so hard. I'm trying, guys. So I'm just trying.
I would really like to hear what Tyler thinks about this, because you're never going to meet someone who has a more unique outlook on life than this man right here. What do you think about this tactic?
I'm about it. If you can. It's hard to pull off. Like it's like you can do it with like, I don't know, like I feel like I'm pretty good with like people in my life like not really caring, and every now and then just like a comment on YouTube shows up from a video and I'm just like, hey, fuck you. Like like it'll be someone who I interact with all the time, like guys I train with or whatever. Like there's guys on the team sometimes I don't like, and they're like, oh, like fuck you, and I just don't care. Like I'm just like, I don't care about you, I don't care. And then like every now and then like something just hits me from the side where I'm just like, why do I even care about this?
Yeah.
And it's just some little
it's all energy.
troll.
I think it just goes back to what she was saying about how it's wasted energy. There has never been a time where, because say you hold a grudge on something, or somebody says, all that time before you, let's say you achieve revenge. Let's just say you achieve revenge and he punched you and you wait 6 years and you think about it and then you punch it. All of that time and energy you have wasted. It's all been, you could have been using that to do this thing, to take care of your own business, your family, or do whatever it is. It's all wasted energy. It's all that time, all of it. It never brings you or gives you anything.
It affects you only.
Yeah.
Only you. It only affects you.
More time and energy, you know? So
what do you think of people who like you? Because I have a weird thing where I like watching people, like a lot of it is YouTubers and stuff that like I like hate, and I just watch. It's like looking into like a zoo. It's like I don't know, like you're just no. It's just you're just watching. Like, how is this a real person? Like how is this person functioning? What would it be like to actually spend a room in with this person? And it's just that stuff. Just I get so sucked into it,
and that's a bit because we can go into their level and be like, oh, it's all about navigating on top of your feelings. So, actually, you hear and then you feel something, but then you have to think about, oh, this feeling, it can't go over and be like a cloud of rain, like that. This is what it's all about.
Rage.
The cloud. The sun will come out no matter what. But if you let this cloud winter, just like Alaska, stay forever, then whatever. So I'm just saying, you feeling this with the reality program, and you're navigating here, having fun with it, commenting, and that is the perfect way to live, I believe, because it's the same thing with not taking things personally. It's kind of like being up here, and then this comment is kind of like and you're kind of like yeah, again, and it's all about being conscious about it.
Yeah.
Because feelings are feelings, and they're thoughts. Not all of it are feelings. Not all of it are feelings. They're thoughts too.
Yeah, I mean, that's that detachment, though, that whole entire thing. That's it. What were you going to say, Tyler? No, nothing?
Me?
Well, it's perfect timing here. As you've chugged your entire Coke throughout the podcast, what would you like to, besides shout out to Coke, shout out to Coke for not sponsoring this podcast. Get on your game. Sorry, guys. We're already sponsored by Sport Tea. First off, you missed it. We'll see you in 5 years. What did you wanted to throw out just again? So you got your albums coming out. We'll put out all of your Spotify stuff.
So I know I overtook this podcast, and I don't feel like any of you got to talk. But let's do
You're out of your mind.
Yeah,
you're perfect. This is literally probably one of my favorite podcasts for sure.
Amazing. We got to do it again.
Yeah,
it's
always it's like this
alternative. But I kind of want to like try and do a sequel and see how it is to just mesh in and like just jump on you guys' flow. But right now,
why don't you invite us? Why don't you just invite us over? Why don't you do your podcast alone? Like, why don't you? Throw us out there. Well, we'll definitely have you back, but
in
person.
Yeah, we can do that. But I have a thing with I don't like to have more than one person on my pod.
Wow. Do you see that, guys? You see how she just kind of kicked us off? Yeah.
Exclusive. Yeah, she's a little bouncer at the
exactly.
door. She looks you're wearing some runners and says, "Oh, we're at capacity." And then that one guy walks in right behind you. Oh, we got room all of a sudden. And they...
Where's our no, we're just kidding. Yeah, whatever, that's fine.
I mean, you can come on separately, but it's all about is a vlog kind of thing. So it's kind of like having somebody on my vlog. So it's kind of like
we're totally just messing with you.
I know. I'm just trying to explain. Take it seriously.
Yeah, no, we'll do this again. This would be great. Like to have you on because sometimes it's hard. It's also perfect because I knew you would be the perfect guest for us just based on how you were free and how you were feeling in your own podcast. Because sometimes you get people on. We've had on doctors and we've had on other people and even on some of our friends when they get on camera they immediately like
tense up.
How are you? I'm very good. Are you like and that's the end of the interview. It's like we can't have a conversation.
Right.
So
next time I will promise your listeners to mesh into your world. And now that I set my footsteps into this, then what I stand for and who I am. And next time I'll try to stay in the background and just comment on stuff and just like kind of like Tyler did today. I feel like I overwhelmed him with all my stuff.
No, it's hilarious how you have literally. Basically, is this a normal podcast? I don't know. You guys tell me.
Yeah. No, this has been the 100% what is normal. So
I don't know what you're talking about. Yeah.
I think we stayed a little more focused than normal. I think that'd be the biggest difference. We didn't hit like 20 different topics.
Different topics. Anyway, so let's do a sequel soon. And thank you guys for having me on. I just want to plug my podcast if you want to hear me trash talk shit and stuff about whatever. It's just about guys taking selfies or people who think that 2020 is stupid, like overall thoughts. And it's not about that much spirituality. It's just about saying what you're thinking and not taking yourself too seriously or too, I don't know, high maintenance, kind of like, if you take yourself too seriously, like you have a problem, Yeah. It's just like chill the fuck. Like,
absolutely.
Let's just be. I look at you. The same thing. Nobody is putting on the pedestal, and that's why I invite you guys to go and check out my podcast and interact with me.
You haven't said the name yet. This has been the best shout out ever.
Wild and Broke. Young, Wild and Broke, and go and follow me on Instagram. Is at Behold I Am King, and that goes as well for Twitter. And for my music, just write King and I'll come up. I'm the only girl singing, so if you got a bunch of Bay Area rappers, that's not me. Uh, if there's a girl singing and it's called King, that is me. But you can see on the picture if it's me or not. Anyway, so yeah, and go check out the old guard on Netflix. I wrote the first 30-second song, intro song, called Born Alone, Die Alone, and it's and yeah, that's what I'm doing.
Dope.
And thank you for having me on. I think it's very I think I learn something new every time, and I'm very grateful. And I just feel like because of my friend died and now this one died that I didn't know, Chadwick, I feel like expressing myself to everyone in the moment that I feel it. So that's why I'm very free, and that's why maybe it sounds totally, I don't hold back on any thought. So
Well, that's why you are the perfect B&T guest. So first off, thanks for. We're going to throw all this stuff also at the beginning of everything, so everybody will make sure they see it. We'll put all we just the very last thing. We always have a pretty good time at the end because we can't figure out what to call our fans. We've gone from B&T boys, the B&T badasses, the B&T, the Tea Party. We can't figure out a name. The Bad Tea Boys, but they're what about the girls?
Bad Tea Boys.
first of all, why do they have to be called something just because everybody else is doing that?
No. First off, well, the truth is that it's tea and biscuits, and we are coming in with biscuits and tea. Okay, so we've already gone against the grain. Now we have to have a name for our troop, our clan. We just can't.
How many listeners do you guys have?
It's all over the place.
10 million.
Because our audience.
10 million? Oh my god, I can't believe I said all the fucking shit that I did.
Yeah. No. This one's mainly a video podcast. It's so you'll see it all. I hope this is the first one. We've had some blow up. Our biggest podcast and most listened and most seen one is actually the Naval Intelligence Officer with DK. So we had a Naval Intelligence Officer on, and he talked about.
What about like downloads on podcasts?
I have no idea.
You
I
guys
have no
don't
idea.
check numbers? Okay.
Not on our audio version of our podcast because we've been trying to build up our YouTube.
Yeah, it's all good. Okay, so I'm very good with branding, so I'll tell you guys right away. Give me 3 options, and then I'll pick one.
Oh, okay. All right. Here you go. So we got the Tea Party. You've got the Bad Tea Boys, and you've got the B&T. So what do we want to do for the last one?
The first one.
Yeah,
You just throw one on the spot.
the first one. The problem is we
Tea
can't
Party?
be the Tea Party. We can't.
So we're gonna take over.
Republican.
The U.S. has fucked up way too much shit. We can't even be
I
stereotypical
know.
Americans
I don't-
overseas
yeah.
for fun
Okay,
now.
so first
Like,
of
it's
all,
just-
the third one sounds like
they just
BTS, which is a Korean K-pop thing. So that's eliminated right away. The second one eliminates every woman, so that's not to be very in like half of the world is women.
Agreed.
So, okay,
So
so
that's-
Tea Party.
So
that's
give us one then.
it's
You're creative. You're Kanye's, alter ego.
right.
Like, give us our name then. Like, give us
Yeah,
our name.
I can give you your name.
You
It's
gonna
called
think about it, or you want
Tea and Biscuit, or what?
to? So we're biscuits and tea, but we need a name for the crew, the clan, the empire, the what do we got? You got
Is there
something?
something you guys say a lot on the pod?
Well, no. No, there's no.
bullshit.
There's
Okay.
no thing that we say a lot.
Can it just be
Look at her. We put her on the spot. I love it.
BT?
The BT.
Oh,
What does that stand for?
B team. BT.
Oh, the B
The
team.
B team.
That's actually pretty funny.
I'm just riffing. I'm not even serious. Like, yeah.
I love it. That's pretty.
No, it's good because like
No, I
That's
like that
pretty
one.
funny.
Yeah.
I don't know if you know why because the B team is like it's an American like phrase for like the team that's second.
Oh yeah, same here.
Oh, okay. All right. So you know that. Yeah. Just because it contains B and T.
I kind of like how you guys are already saying like we're underdogs, and that's kind of like appealing to everyone. So you're gonna win that.
The B team.
I like
That's
it.
pretty funny. That's
Moving
not
forward
bad,
with it.
actually.
Well,
Yes.
not the B team. It could be the BT.
Oh, the BT.
The BT.
But team.
All right. So we have.
I kind of like team. I don't.
What?
I like the just
that
insinuation with the
that
B
we're
team,
shit,
just-
and that we don't care.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's from you guys. Like it's funny. It's gonna make people interested.
All right, there we go. The B team. Shout out to the B team.
Thank you to all the B team listeners.
Yes.
And thanks for King for discovering that name. We'll get some merch made, and we'll send you
exactly.
some
You
stuff.
guys going with it?
What's up?
You going with it?
Absolutely.
Yeah, I think that's
that's
definitely.
That's
I mean,
definitely
we'll ask
the
a couple
front
extra
runner at the moment.
guests. We'll maybe throw out a little vote. We'll put this, but this is a definite front runner. B team.
It's very
That's
clever.
the end of the podcast.
It's very clever.
All right.
Okay, guys.
B team. Later, King. Thank you.
Peace.
Have a blessed day, and remember to tell everyone that the one you like and the one you want to fuck. Remember to tell them.
Boom.